Okay, hello, Judd here once again. Feeling good about the color I've got now, even with the bad speckling, but I'm going to play around with this some more in a very lighter manner now because I'm good with what I've got, and I'm literally just going to play around with it with my stippling brush. I'm going to try out some things. I got a couple of new toys, a couple of rollers, so I can roll out and then take up very controlled amounts of paint. I also got some little sponge-tipped applicators. I think I'm beyond those, but the other day I wanted them, so I grabbed them. I mean, they were $2.79, so what the heck. And I got a new tray that's plastic. I didn't like mixing on the paper. I liked mixing on the paper, but I feel like it kind of sucked up some of the moisture out of the paint. And I also wanted an edge that I could scrape the putty knife on when I'm, after I mix up the colors, that I can scrape them off fairly cleanly. So I'm actually going to cut this in half so I have two of these trays. Got that very neatly done. Now I've got two mixing trays that I can go into flat and scrape off when I need to. So now we're just going to play around with this a bit. I've got colors here, and you can see those are all pretty workable. Oh, and I've also got this one, which is a little harder to see, but that's in there too. I'm going to lay them down in this and then stipple in and see how that works with my test block. My fear is that I'll get a full brush load as opposed to speckles. It's a good dark gray. And I am seeing too much purple in there, as I mentioned. I'm going to start with some of this gray. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of that down. I need paper towels. I need to make a belt with a paper towel roll on it. I'm always using paper towels. What we want to do is roll that out. Stipple. So that's good. That's excellent. Okay. Happy with that. So, what I'm going to do is, this is good because that's taking some of those red blotches out. Good. Okay. Now I've got to clean this up, and then I'm going to go in with some other colors. Same thing. So now we're going to add some light color. Let's see which one we'll go with. See, that's got there and there and there. I'm going to zoom in on this, and I hope it shows up. But this whole thing is made up of tiny little dots all over with background splotches. So the stippling is sort of the way to do it. See how my bottle cap and plastic wrap did as far as preserving this. Yeah, boy, that preserved that very nicely. Material roller out. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do a lot of middle work here. I wonder if I roll this on there. I didn't want this on there. No. Looking at this closely now, because I've totally destroyed any color match I had, but this edge here and this brown I've put in on the edge here is very good. This gray that I was using for the light spots is actually this gray. That's got to go more over here. And then I've got two more colors that I need to splotch on. Now I don't have those colors, I'm going to have to mix them. I've got a little bit more of that gray so I can get this side, most of this side in that gray. Okay, this is the gray I just used, which is right here. Back to mixing colors. That. That would be this with some white in it. Good. Okay. Something here. Time to see if I can do some fine stippling. First, I'm just going to go on with some white. And that gave a much thicker coverage than I'd hoped for, but so be it. Now we're going to stipple on some burnt sienna. I was spreading that out thinner, so maybe I can get a slightly thinner coat. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Good. Okay, I'm going to let that be for now and look at it in the morning. See what I think of it in the morning, or after some significant time away from it.